Hello, beautiful people. This is my new segment called On the Move, and I am not moving anywhere today because I reside in Los Angeles, California. It is raining outside, and I'm going to stay right here, and there's an extreme panic that's happening in which I'm going to find my way to put into this live broadcast today, the Corona Beer style. Here's the deal. I thought to come on today. This segment is about being on the move and me being in my space and hearing things that come through. And in spirit goes, you know what? You should talk about that thing. So I'm going to talk about that. I love getting hits like that from spirit and being able to come out and say whatever it is that's on my heart and mind. And prayerfully, it resonates with you. And if it doesn't, it's okay. So if it does resonate with you, please share, and have some people subscribe. Subscribe yourself, your damn self, and get this channel moving. I'd really, really appreciate that because I think in these interesting times, the best thing that we can do for ourselves is to find our tribe, is to find our village, is to find the people that resonate with our hearts, our minds, our bodies, and our souls in order to keep us above the madness that is ensuing. And I believe in my heart of hearts that will continue to go. So, no. Let's talk about this thing right here and what it is that Spirit told me to relay to you, and we'll keep it going. By the way, there's a lot of information once you get finished with this video in the description box below, a wonderful intention sheet that I'd hope that you will take advantage of to set some intentions for your life, for your week. That's how it's devised to schedule your week out and see how it's going to be in the sense of you planning mind, body, and soul, for your spirit, for your work, for the meditations that you should do, for the food that you should eat. It's a downloadable sheet that's in the description box, and I hope you enjoy it. It's free. It's for you. So keep it going. All right. Happy National Women's History Month to all you female entities out there. So look, this is what I wanted to talk about after I get rid of all of the gosh darn instructions and introductions. That's what I meant to say, introductions. I have Mercury not to blame on my voice and my words right now. So Sonia, get it together. I think I'm in this space, y'all, in which I'm a little confused, very positive and motivated, but at the same time, bombarded by a whole lot of fear that's around me, and my intuitive, sensitive self is bugging the fuck out in this moment, and I want to share some thoughts that is coming through. First of all, let me say hello to people's. Hey, Chic. Hi, Tunde. How are you? Kamasita. You should write a song with your name in it. Kamasita. Kamasita, Kamasita. Moni Love is here. Lee, what's happening, my friend? My business partner, my marketing guru, you. What's going on, Vaughn? And Bella means beautiful. Bella means beautiful. It does, huh? What's happening? I'm so glad you're here. Michelle's here too. Is that Michelle or Michi DeVale? I love that name. Al. Now you sound like a dancer. Do you dance? Yo, I woke up yesterday morning with the word ownership that was blaring out of the ethers and around my head. And I said, ownership, is that what we're going to talk about today? And Spirit said, yes. You know why? So, because people need to find a way to own who they are. Now, check this out. Okay. The reason why I'm bugging, again, because there's so many levels of understanding and places in which I can go. I'm just going to try to just dive right into it without trying to make an order of it. So hold on tight, okay? Here's the deal. Today, astrologically, in our atmosphere, there's an extreme aspect that's happening that we should really, really talk about. On top of this coronavirus scare that's happening, on top of the fact that there's many, many planets in in Capricorn, and a few in Pisces, 2 in Taurus, and not too much air. There's like 1 or 2 asteroids that are in air signs. Do y'all understand the imbalance, so to speak, in that regard? Now, it's an imbalance when it comes to the four elements, fire, air, and water, but it is a balance in the way in which I believe the universe is trying to adjust us to be, to see, to develop into. Ride with me, y'all, because it's a lot of thoughts. First and foremost, okay? When I heard ownership, I said, "Well, Spirit, tell me what's that about?" Ownership. Ownership is mainly what it says: to take ownership, responsibility, and accountability for who you are. For the last year and a half, with Saturn and Pluto doing its thing, with all of these planets in Capricorn doing their thing, there's a big theme of ownership that's coming across our planet and within our universe, telling us to take responsibility because it's all in Capricorn, right? All of these Capricorn planets say take responsibility for who you are, own who you are. Now, with this happening, when you own who you are, you got to own your, you have to own your successes as well as your bullshit on a personal level and on a societal level. You have to own it all. There are oftentimes we don't want to do that thing because we have been born and raised in a society that would rather point fingers, point blame, use excuses, justify everything, bring everything to court. Excuse me, y'all. Bring everything to court to try to put the responsibility and the heinous on somebody else. Well, we are being called now, called to now in a society to take responsibility for not only who we are, but the death and destruction, the bullshit, the hurt and the pain that we've put on each other personally and that we put on society. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Yes, yes, y'all. You get it? Vaughn, why are you laughing at me? Because I'm trying to get my thoughts together. Happy Friday to all of y'all. This is a crazy squirrel moment. I'm going to try to tell you who's that. Oh, Miss DeVale. This is a crazy I wish y'all can be in my brain right now because there's way too much to talk about. The ownership piece, though, is a huge, huge fucking deal. Think about it. The reason why we went back, this is a whole nother level, just follow. The reason why we went back deep into that Piscean energy, and we're slowly coming into this Piscean age, and we're slowly developing our intuition, and there's more spiritual energy. Let's just put that in quotes because that sounds so 101, goddamn memeish, goddamn, oh my God, let's go to yoga, that kind of feel. It's deeper than that, but it's more about getting in touch with you and pulling through you, the power of your ancestors and your guides, and recognizing first and foremost who you already are. We are remembering ourselves, y'all. The reason why we slid back into all of this Piscean energy, all of this ethereal energy, all of this energy that tells us, hey, wake up, listen to your intuition, take a moment and escape. Try not to look at what's happening in reality too much and putting too much importance on it, and get back in touch with who you are. All of this self-help information, it's all for a reason. It ain't trending just to be trending. It's trending so you can tap into your soul, so you can tap into your gut. I'm preaching to the choir because most of y'all already know that through meditation and through good eating, wholesome eating. You understand? Through readings and what you can get through me, information's in the description box, or anybody out there, because most of sometimes people can't get it through certain people. You have to get it to where you're going to get it from, right? Get it from where you're going to get it from. The bottom line is that get God however you can get God. Get God quick. Get God now. And the reason why I say it so prophetically is because we are at a moment, if we don't own our mistakes, we don't own the shit that we've done, then it's going to come out like what? Like a Corona beer out this motherfucker. That's for sure. Because society is reaping what it motherfucking has sown. Do y'all understand this? Viruses don't come up out of the blue just to be coming up out of the blue. They lay dormant. They lay dormant for forever until it's time to come up and snatch somebody. Now, listen, this ain't a coronavirus fucking broadcast. I want y'all to know this. I want to go above and beyond what's actually happening so y'all can see how society, how people, how businesses, how government, fucking puts shit out there reaps and has us reaping what it has sown. But everybody wants to point fingers. Everybody wants to call it foreign. Everybody wants to put it on somebody else. Everybody wants to go to Trader Joe's and buy up my favorite bread in the world because they are afraid. I ran back in my house today, y'all, because the fear outside is way too great. It's too deep. The only way we can tap into that fear is if we don't own the shit that we've already done as a society and as a person. So I ask you, have you owned the bullshit that you've been through? Have you owned the things that you've said to people, the mistakes that you've made, the anger that you put out there? You understand what I'm saying? And if you have, then you have no guilt. You have no fear. The coronavirus will not get you. Now, I'm no motherfucking doctor, and I'm not predicting anything for you, your grandmother, or your kids. I'm not saying that, but I want y'all to do yourselves a favor and go deeper in your thought, go deeper in your mind, and own who you are. Bust this. Let me validate this shit on a whole nother level so y'all don't think I'm just a crazy lady in my house with my 10 cats in which I own not one, but sitting here having all these thoughts and going, God damn, I need to talk to somebody about it. I'm crazy, but I ain't that crazy. Here's the deal. There's things, there's tools, there's information that's around us. There's obvious things that are going around energetically and realistically that is showing that this planet is reaping the guilt that it has put on the planet through viruses, through destruction, through things that are burning down, systems that are traditions that are no longer applicable to our lives anymore. It's all fading away because we haven't had ownership of what? Ourselves. When we put too much ownership in everybody else, when other people, other systems, we freak the fuck out and we become fearful. Pull back. Own who you are. Let me go to another point because I'm gonna make it really, really clear on a couple of different levels. I hope y'all understanding me. Yes, y'all. Y'all hear me? Fear attacks in the immune system. Born is stupid. Listen, bust this. Anybody ever heard of the North Node and the South Node? The North Node is this configuration in the sky. It's not necessarily a planet and or a whatchamacallit, asteroid, right? It's literally like a space. Kind of like that, like right in the middle of that triangle, right in the middle of any kind of space, right? And it's coordinates in which it develops this energetic pull. That's the North Node, and then they have an opposite 180-degree pull called the South Node. Bust this, is gonna blow your motherfucking head. The North Node is where we're going. Everybody has the North Node in their natal chart. Your natal chart is a picture of the heavens when you were born. Thus, we come up with this astrological natal chart, Western astrology natal chart that shows your personality and where you're going in your life, right? The challenges and the weaknesses and the strengths, so on and so forth. A whole lot of information is divulged in your natal chart. You want to read it, hit me up, description box below. Yo, so the North Node says this is what you came on the planet to do, not your career, not how many babies you're gonna have, not what your talents and your gifts are. The North Node says you came on the planet with this particular purpose, almost like you came on the planet to be, let's just say, a healer. You came on the planet to bring back. It's like the general. It's like the general energy of what you ride with and how you divide or how you bring this life through. I'm excited and hyped, y'all. And I'm sitting on the couch and I should have been standing up so I can move around and get this energy off of me, but bear with me. Here's the deal. The North Node is where we're going. We're leaning towards. It's the information in the backpack of our lives that say, this is the type of person I'm going to be. Not if I'm going to be a baker, a candlestick maker, or a singer. It's the kind of character that I have. Understand, I'm trying to explain it the best way I can. The South Node is what we came on a planet with already. It's our comfort zone. It's what we already know how to do. Some of us know how to be great partners. Some of us knows how to be great mothers, where other of us struggles to be great mothers. Some of us know how to be good in our career, where some of us struggle and really have a hard time working with our co-workers. Y'all get where I'm going. The North Node is where we're going. The South Node is already what we know. Bust this notion and fact. Yo, the North Node, I'm trying to get the degrees so I can really speak what I'm speaking. The north node is at 4 degrees Cancer right now. The south node is at 4 degrees Capricorn right now. Did you know, Nazi Vaughn, I'm calling you out, that Chiron is at 4 degrees Aries currently? That's a big freaking deal. Can I get a yes, yes, y'all, to anybody that knows what the fuck Chiron is? Chiron is an asteroid that deals, it's nicknamed the wounded healer. Did God not wake me up and say, own who you are? The wounded healer is about owning your healing, owning your wounds, thus you can get to healing. Chiron to me, when I give readings, for some reason, Spirit gave this to me, right? Chiron is like this event that each of us goes through that puts a stain in our heart, in our minds, and our soul before the age of 13, 14 years old. When we say to ourselves, I'm not ever gonna have a boyfriend like that because my aunt's boyfriend used to beat her up every single day. That puts a stain on you, and that Chiron is probably in your 5th house somewhere that has to do with love. I'm just saying, example, okay? Chiron is the wound, the stain that you harbor throughout your life. Chiron currently over our universe, the wounds are being hit, aspected in a square way because Aries, 4 degrees Aries and Chiron being hit, aspected in a square way because Aries, 4 degrees Aries and Chiron currently, like right now. Squares are challenges. Squares help us to grow. Are y'all feeling this? Yes, yes, y'all. Anybody understand what I'm talking about? Or y'all just listening saying you want me to convince you? I don't want you to I don't want to convince you. I want to open this up for you. Because it's not enough for me to just give you information and believe it without going and researching it on your own, all right? Trust me, I'm not that kind of reader. I'm not that kind of astrologer. I'm not that kind of friend, to be quite honest with you. Don't go off of what I say. Find out the information on your own and come up with your own understanding of it. And if we don't own that, if we don't walk through life like that from here on out, in informing ourselves, getting our information from our guides, from our ancestors, owning our own intuition, owning our own voices that come through, we're going to be lost, y'all, and fearful, fighting over the last piece of gluten-free fucking bread in Trader Joe's. I'm not fighting you, lady. Lady, I'm not fighting you, but you hit me with that cart one more time, we're going to have a problem. The bottom line, I'm in my head. The bottom line is this. Like, yo, we got to own who we are. We have to take what it is that we know to be our wounds on a societal level as well as on a personal level. So we're not squaring out and having challenges with where we're going and where we came from. Is that not a freaking notion? Does it make sense, Moni Love? Come on, y'all, please talk to me. We are getting revved up, Vaughn. This is an interesting time in which if you don't pull back and come up out of that fear, you won't get the lesson. Squares always promote fear. Why? Because they're afraid to fucking grow. You're afraid, your Chiron, your energy, again, personal and societal, that Chiron energy is a wound. This society don't want to see our wounds. We don't want to see our wounds. We don't want to talk about what we've done. Let's just sweep it under the rug. Let's just call a thing a thing. Let's just put an excuse on it. Do what you do with a bunch of relatives that you have when they have mental illness. We just put them in the back room and give them their plate during Christmas time, during Thanksgiving. Make sure they eat, make sure they stay alive. But we won't make sure that the government gives them attention and gives them the right medication that they need or give them understanding of why they're going through what they're going through. Or how about this? Give them a fucking herb in which they can help them turn all of that around because they know about the herbs, y'all. Don't get it twisted. They know about the herbs. They know about this understanding of knowing yourself and owning yourself. They take it away from us each and every time so they can make their money. Own yourself and drink a Corona beer. The bottom line is this. Yo, We can't push shit under the rug anymore. We can't push our wounds under the rug anymore because it's going to deter us from where we're going, north node, and make us fall back into our south node and sit our ass back on the couch, fucking complacent, blaming everybody. Do y'all see this? Yes, yes, y'all. Y'all have questions? I'm up for questions. Give me a couple of questions. Come with it. I don't even care. Because this is a moment in which we have to. The community has to come together and talk about things like this that's really, really breaking our family structures down, that are breaking our neighborhoods, our communities down. Like, because folks don't want to look people in the eye. Folks don't want to touch and hug. Now, here's squirrel. Listen, PSA, wash your hands. Yeah, wash your hands, be responsible, do what it is that you need to do in order to feel comfortable, in order to be safe. But do we have to be fearful? Do we have to let another instance come and take over? Listen to that. So now we're following again. Here we are, robotic again, without owning our own spirit, without owning our own intellect, without owning our own intuitive conversations that we have. I don't want y'all to be afraid. And if it's partly my responsibility to speak to 20 of y'all, 30 of y'all, 100 of y'all, to say what it is that I hear, then I'm doing my job. Don't be afraid. Own who you are. Get it, God. How you get it, God. I know I said that all crazy, but I had to roll with it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm hyped as hell, as you can already tell. Own who you are. That Pisces energy was grabbing us back into space. That's so auspicious and so dope of God to do that. Pulling us back into a space to listen, to be aware. How many intuitive hits have you had over the past 3 weeks that helped you prepare for today? Not tomorrow, not the summertime, not for what you think the orange dude is about to do. Not for, look, how many hits have you had? Think about it, please. Please. How many hits have you had in the past 3 weeks that helped you prepare for where you at right now? That God said, yo, you should talk to Sonia about that. You should talk to Buddy about that. Whatchamacallit got a car. He can give you the car for a week and you can, little shit to big shit. And it's all big shit when you think about it. It's all important. It's all necessary. Intuitive energy, intuitive prowess that keeps us on our game to help us have ownership for who we are so we don't have to fall into the fear, y'all. Are y'all hearing me? Countless hits. I'm so glad y'all talking to me. Thank you. Yeah, please don't get your mama sick. It's all right. I mean, she'll be good. She'll be definitely good. But I mean, the biggest thing, besides washing hands and keeping and making sure you're good, like physically and practically, is to stay, again, this is the real reason why I'm coming on here, is to stay in alignment with spirit and with who you are and to keep fear away from you. Fear will bring that virus to you quicker than quick, man. Like on the real, think about that. Fear begets fear. Love begets love. If y'all don't know that by now, like, come on. We slip in and out of that shit because we let people affect us. We slip in and out of that shit because we sit here and watch this TV thinking that the news is going to inform us when it's actually dragging us back into this robotic energy of their wounds that they fucking created, that they put us in the midst of. I'm not saying that we have the power to live by ourselves and go into the mountains and fucking like, go off into the mountains and live in our own society, although that may happen at one particular time or another, for those that know. But the bottom line is this: we got to start somewhere. We can't handle everybody. We can handle ourselves. Please own who you are. Own the little bit of fear you have and the whole lot of love that you have. Own the guilt that you have. Own the wounds that you have on a personal level and on a societal level. Understand the healing that you have to go through so you can go through the growth, so you can move forward in your North Node position. Check out Jan Spiller's book, Astrology for the Soul. Jan, Jan Spiller, Spiller. Check that book out when we talk about North Nodes. Right now, wounds are squaring that, challenging that. I said that 5 times already, but I have to keep reiterating because it's a big deal. It's revealing a lot. and it's pushing our backs up against the wall. Be smart, okay? Be open to the love that surrounds you. Stay isolated. Be happy. Keep fear away from you. Turn the fear off your televisions. Have wonderful, joyful conversations and allow this thing to do what it's going to do. Because if you didn't perpetuate the wound, you shouldn't be a victim of the fucking wound. Does that make sense? That's all I got to say. I'm hyped as hell, but that's all I got to say. I hope this made sense to you because I was very hell bent on coming on here and I wanted to express. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Share your comments, any comment that you may have, good, bad, or indifferent. I'm open for it. I'm here. I'm a grown woman. I could take it. All I really want you to do, whoever you are, and whatever comments you have, is to be happy and to be true to yourself. I'm not coming with a list of things to do. Don't ask me for a list of things to do. I have no idea. But I know if you start with you, honestly, truthfully, revealing all that you need to reveal and looking at yourself unabashedly, then you starting in a good place. Don't let nobody control your thoughts or your mind or your soul for that matter. I love you. I love us all. We got to stay here for these kids and do what we need to do for them. All right? I'm out of this motherfucker. Talk to y'all soon.